So we were coming out of the train station and we turned around and went, and there was a dude with uh, camouflage pants, tattoos everywhere. Took his glasses on
Oh,
the
I
ground
heard
at
the
the.
sound. Heard the
Yeah.
sound. Oh, by the way, I'm Eugene.
Hey,
This
doing?
is
I'm Stagg.
Stagg. We're in a Firkin on Young Street, across from the Eden Center, and we've been out walking, and it's hot and
Yeah.
it's so humid. It's just we're feeling damp here.
Yeah.
But fortunately, this pub has beer, so we're having one. And Stagg said he had some stories to tell, so we're gonna tell stories.
Yeah. One of my stories about this exact area, this street, is years ago I was here involved in one of our group art shows.
Great. Stagg, by the way, is from Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's staying up here for a while. You'll see him in the occasional video.
Yeah. And Sheila, aka the Tough Princess, was like, Stagg, get in the car. So I jumped in the car. We came all the way down here, and I was asking Eugene if there's a bus or a train station. He's like, yeah. And we dropped off Sheila's friend, and I just always remember that. The reason why I remember
Because
that.
at Young and Dundas Street, which is this direction, and then you go to Bay Street, which is that direction.
Okay.
So it's actually right at Bay and Dundas is the old bus station. You know, we may have to walk there one day because I think it's not there anymore.
Oh, wow.
And there was also a whole old Chinatown there that was the original Toronto Chinatown.
Uh-huh.
Then Chinatown West sprouted up at Spadina, and then there was a Chinatown East as well on Gerrard Street and Broadview. And I went out there for one of the earlier videos, and there's not much of a Chinatown left anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, things change.
Things change.
Does Toronto still have 3 Chinatowns or no?
Well, you know, the truth be known, north of the city, we have Aging Court and Markham, suburban areas which have become really where, for instance, if you wanted to get the killer Chinese food, you would go out to the burbs now to get it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily come down here, although I would say that the Chinatown along Spadina is still pretty vibrant. The other two, not so much.
I hear you. The reason why I remember my old story from years ago is Sheila's friend spoke French. And Sheila was like, look at Stagg melting whenever he hears a female version of French being spoken. It was hysterical. It was very funny. And then my other story is kind of like an in-betweener of then and now. I set up some paintings right along here, like down the block.
Oh, you're selling paintings?
Yeah.
On Street?
Yeah, I busk paintings around in different areas.
And I should just interject here and say, earlier today, Stagg was set up in Kensington selling paintings.
Yeah.
So if you go out to Kensington and you see this mug out there, his paintings are really reasonably priced.
Thank you.
And he's up here visiting, and he could use a few bucks.
Yeah.
You could buy some of those.
Yeah. So I was out here and I was set up all my paintings along a window. It was like over 10 feet going across left to right. A bunch of smaller paintings. And I was there for like a good hour, and some business person going in and out snitched or said something, and it took a long time for the supervisor who changes the light bulbs and everything to come down and say, hey, can't be doing that here. And I was like, okay. And then he was just yelling at me, and then I was like, I don't want any trouble. I'm going to move. And then he didn't know what to do.
I know. People hate that when you just say okay.
Yeah, when you just agree. And then I was lucky that happened because I picked up and moved down some random street. Like the way I'm facing behind Eugene, a little towards the left in my direction.
That means north and west.
There we go. And I sold some paintings there. These 2 young guys came up to me. And they're like, you only charging this much for these? And I was like, yeah, I'm here to make some sales. And they're like, oh man, we're picking out this one. We were talking for the longest time. It was a great experience. I'll never forget it.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, good memories. Cheers.
I'm having a steam whistle.
I'm having a Guinness.
Steam whistle is brewed at the old Roundhouse, which is at what's the name of that street? It's down by the Gardner.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Is it near an expressway?
yeah, it's near the expressway. Yeah, and there's the train tracks, and there used to be a Roundhouse, and the Roundhouse is now Steam Whistle Breweries, and I think it's also a Cineplex arcade kind of thing.
I heard that they've got like a huge event center there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and I think they saved the giant water tower there, one of the architectural remains from the older buildings.
I was once on a passenger train there when the Roundhouse was working. I
Wow.
was going up to Cochrane, Ontario, and man, it took a long time to get up to Cochrane, Ontario. We would stop in some of these little tiny towns, and we just stop. And I don't know, like the engineer would get out and have lunch
Yeah.
or something. I don't know what that was all about.
From my experience, limited experience riding trains, nice commuter trains, um, that go far distances. They're great experiences. I love traveling by train. Anyway, what I'm getting at, what I know is they're highly unionized as they should be. So when they stop and a bunch of people are taking a break and another crew's coming in, or they just need to eat and go again, they follow every rule real close, and I'm proud of that. I like
Well,
that.
I think if you're in the train business, you don't want to have Denzel save the day.
Wow.
You know, I mean,
Good
he would.
callback.
He would save the
Callback.
day. I
Yeah,
know
he
he
would.
would. He's
Yes.
been in at least 2 movies where he saved the day and trains were involved.
Yes. Yes.
The one was
Very
Taking of
important.
Pelham 123, the remake.
Yeah.
The other one was like a runaway train movie. It was
Yeah.
pretty exciting. I don't remember the title
A lot of helicopter shots. And,
because I had a runaway train.
well, yeah.
And then there was Denzel,
Well, of course, it's going
but
really fast.
he's sort of superhero kind of guy, so
Yeah, he
he can
is.
do anything.
Yeah. He raises his voice and then things get done.
Even when he's not playing a gangster.
Yeah.
In this bar, they got soccer on and they've got Canadian football on. I see the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. We used to call them the Regina Rough Riders when I was a kid. When I was a kid, either the CFL, the Canadian Football League, was a bigger deal than it is now, or I didn't know what a deal was. But since then, I think the CFL has been marginalized, and everybody likes the highly technical NFL football game.
Uh-huh.
But man, that's you see those guys in the NFL games. They play for like 2 seconds, and they pat each other on the butt, and they have a huddle, and then they have a timeout, and then the coach got to talk to everybody, and then there's a handkerchief on the play, and then everybody has to argue about it, and then you do another 2 second play, and then the same thing, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
I always like the Canadian game. Oh, I'm going to get comments on this. I like the Canadian game because we had a wider field.
Oh.
We had slower, less talented guys. And it was wide open crazy, There was a lot of play action stuff. Anyway, I haven't really watched a football game like seriously in 20 years. So, I mean, who am I to even talk? I'm just talking out of my you-know-what.
Yeah.
Your job is to tell me to stop talking about sports.
I don't know. I can't tell you to stop talking.
You could.
I could, but
Good. Don't
I wouldn't like it.
Don't start me talking. I'll tell everything I know.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's why we get along so well. Yeah, there's a heavy English theme in here.
It being a firkin and all.
Yeah.
That's not bad calamari. I taste a little cumin in the dip. A little bit of curry, maybe.
I think you're right. Correct amount of fried action on these.
Yeah, it's a nice light batter. I'm going to call these pretty darn good for a chain pub. It was pretty good calamari action. Thank you for your moral support here as a filming assistant, security guy, and I like how when you can see that there's a reflection of me, you disappear behind me so you're not seen in the reflection.
I try. When that happens, I'm really thinking like, uh-oh, I hope the sidewalk doesn't accidentally dip over here.
Occasionally, I'll trip or something on a curb, but so far, I haven't fallen.
Good.
Haven't
Good.
camera hasn't gone akimbo.
Good. Those are some cheap thrills when you were walking and the bikes were coming at you.
That was pretty good that we got the wheelies.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I like about this is that this calamari has got the tentacles too, not just the rings.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just get the rings.
True.
So that suggests that this may have come from actual squids.
Water life. Actual. Here's a little interesting tidbit to talk about. I remember years and years ago when I first came here and would hang out with you here. You guys just got the Raptors. And all the Canadians were like,
Wow, we've known each other for a while.
what? It's like, why basketball? And then you fast forward all the way to now.
They used to have like the bad purple uniforms before they updated the uniforms.
Yeah. And look at all that time. All the teams are scared of them now. They're a legit team.
Basketball is super popular here too.
Uh-huh.
I haven't been to a Raptors game. I'll have to go and see if I can do some videotaping. Remember, I went to see the Harlem Globetrotters once at Maple Leaf Gardens, but I have not seen the Raptors play. But everyone who's gone tells me it's super entertaining. They have music. Sometimes you see Mr. Drake is there, cheering on the team, and I think it's pretty exciting. A lot of scoring in that game.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying these videos, please slam that subscribe button. Helps me out. Doesn't cost a penny. Appreciate it.